Congrats, Nat. I guess there were a few elements to that. Can you talk a little bit, first of all, about Sophie Eccleston and sort of her role in what she did?
Yep, I can. Yeah, she's obviously a bowler that can bowl wherever in the innings, and yeah, saving her a couple overs for when batters really want to get after her. Having had a go on that wicket already, I think we learnt pretty well as to what was really difficult, and yeah, she executed that really well.
And then in terms of the batting, Danny showed what she could do the other night as well as tonight. What do you think makes her so good in these conditions?
It's funny because she's been very frustrated for both of the innings. She's probably used to being like 70 off of 40, but the innings that she's playing for us are so important. And yeah, just being able to hit it in areas that only she can really probably makes her quite difficult to bowl at, even in these conditions. So yeah, hopefully she can continue doing that and not get too frustrated.
And just last one for me on yourself, a great knock. How did you find it batting out there, and sort of, you know, what did you sort of lean on to try and get an innings like that?
Probably, I mean, a lot of the leg side in general. Obviously, the seamers bowled quite a lot of slower off-pace balls, which bounced quite a bit, probably a little bit different to the other day. So, yeah, being able to use that bounce and get it onto the leg side, I was quite happy with. And yeah, just to put a partnership together with Danny.
16 overs back-to-back. The first match, 16 overs by spinners. Even this match, 16 overs. Last time you did that was in 2012. Were you part of that game? And most important part is that the set template you're going to play in Sharjah and use 16 overs of spin over the fast bowlers? And you just mentioned that even they were bowling a little slow as well.
Yeah.
So is the slow the template for the next remaining games?
Probably. I mean, unless the coaching staff want to change the 11. But yeah, I mean, all of our spinners. Obviously, we've got three world-class spinners who are usually in the team, and then Lindsay Smith has just added to that, and yeah, made it really difficult for teams to get after people. In general, in women's cricket, there's a lot of spin bowled in the middle overs, so yeah, that has made it quite difficult to keep the momentum. So yeah, so far the plan is working, but yeah, we've obviously got one more game here and then a game in Dubai as well. So yeah, we'll have to assess that wicket.
Sorry, here at the front and then in the back.
Hi, Nat. Speaking of Lindsay Smith, she made her debut in West Indies when you were expecting similar conditions at a World Cup, then sort of faded out, or you can say lost in that one spinner competition to Sophie Eccleston. And can't blame Sophie with the form that she has been in for a few years now. Just a word on Lindsay herself, like the kind of efforts that she's put in, the kind of hard work that she's put in, and, you know, linking back with the squad, like what has been her mindset approaching this World Cup after a gap of, I think, 6 years playing a World Cup?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's great to have her back in. She's obviously put in some brilliant performances in the 100 especially, and yeah, in the domestic cricket that we've played. I mean, yeah, it's a shame that there's two brilliant left-arm spinners. You know, there's not always space for everybody, but yeah, she's made a real impact and loved to be involved at the key moments in the game, and yeah, likes to get in a battle with the batters. So yeah, she's a great character and someone yeah, that we're glad's on our team.
If you can just give a peek into how does she take that competition, or is there any competition that she feels at all now that they are, you know, in the same team, in the same 11 together?
I'm not sure about competition, but they communicate really well. I think all the spinners communicate really well and always want the best for each other, especially when we're on the pitch, and making sure that yeah, if there's something one of them's noticed, just passing that on to the next person to help the team really.
Hi, this is Abdullah from Gulf Today. After 2 wins from 2 games, how do you see your future? Means how do you see your chances of making it to the semi-finals? And who will be your strongest opponent?
Well, yeah, two wins out of two, we're pretty happy. We've got about a 5-day gap now until our next game, so yeah, taking that time to reset, have a couple of days off, and then go again. Yeah, I mean, we'll take it each game as it comes, and yeah, not get too ahead of ourselves. But yeah, we've obviously got some strong opposition coming up. We've got the West Indies and South Africa, which obviously we lost to them in the last World Cup. So yeah, we're really happy to get over the line today. And for now, we'll just be celebrating that.
Thank you.
Hi, Nat. Congratulations today. I have two questions for you. One was just how did you approach your batting innings today after seeing how South Africa went about their innings? Laura said you and Danny were very difficult to set fields to because you guys were going all over. So can you just tell us how you basically planned out your innings and what the conversation was, especially when it was the two of you out in the middle?
Well, when I came to the middle, obviously we were a little bit behind the rate, but I knew that if me and Danny stayed together and put a partnership together, ran really well. I think that from the first game, that's something we really wanted to do, is run really well between the wickets, knowing that boundaries are quite hard to hit on that wicket, and yeah, the importance of running twos and then manoeuvring fielders out of the way so that you can get it into a gap a bit easier. That was the plan. Obviously, the wicket was slightly different as well, so probably allowed for a bit more bounce to get those shots out into the outfield. But yeah, I was looking to be positive, get off strike and run really well, and yeah, use that momentum for boundaries.
England doesn't have to worry about this because you have 2 wins in 2 now. But several other teams, especially in the other group, the group of death as they call it, have had to sit and break their heads about their net run rate. When you are as comfortable as you are, right, when you're playing against an opponent like this and when you realize that the bowlers are slouching and there's some chatter happening and they're a little frustrated with the catches they're dropping, is there a temptation for you to accelerate and try and get it done faster, which we know you guys didn't do? You all took your time and got the job done. But how do you sort of maybe not give in to something like that or do something hastily in a chase?
We hadn't really spoken about net run rate at all. We, I guess, focused more on ourselves and making sure that we were getting the batting right, which I think we did really well today. And yeah, I mean, there are times where you can get frustrated, maybe not get off strike as easily, but knowing that, yeah, me and Danny were there together as a partnership was really important, and making sure that we were there for the most part.
Last one from me. There was plenty of support for you guys right from ahead of where we were sitting. A lot of England screams. I don't know if you could hear any of that. What is that like for you to just have that kind of support here, especially when you're so far away from home and you're expecting a little kid now? What is that like when you come with all of that working on your mind as well?
Yeah, it's pretty special. Yeah, the support that we get from, I think it's mainly our families. I think there are a few travelling supporters as well, but yeah, the support that we get is really special, and yeah, long may it continue. Hopefully they can be really loud again.
Giving you any tips from back home?
She's here actually.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she commentated on the radio today.
Oh, sorry, we missed that completely.
So she'll be happier today because I didn't play across the line.
Got it.